guys, it's Theresa here of Larkin Design, and welcome to a brand new traveler's notebook that I'm starting this year. I did one last year, a gardener's notebook in a traveler's notebook format, and so my goal and my purpose in that one and also in this one is just to sort of document the flowers that I'm planting in our flower beds and the success or the not success that I have with different plants and different flowers, and just some of the things that I'm learning and that I'm enjoying about planting flowers and working in our yard. And it's something that my husband and I do together, and that we spend quite a lot of time every spring and throughout the summer working on, and that we're pretty proud of. So I thought I would share this layout with you today. I'm working with the June Gossamer Blue Traveler's Notebook and Life Pages kits, and I subscribe to both, so I put them both together and just use the products fluidly between both kits. And of course, you can find out more information on the Gossamer Blue website. And I encourage you to subscribe. The Traveler's Notebook kits are brand new this year. They were just introduced in May. And from what I understand, they're going really well. And I have really been enjoying working with these kits and creating these layouts. And so I hope you're enjoying watching the process videos, and that you're getting a chance to create your own layouts as well. So I'm just going through some of the products that are in those kits. Of course, there are cardstock stickers, chipboard stickers, puffy stickers, die cut ephemera, journaling cards. Now, if you noticed, I have sort of arranged my journaling cards into sets. It makes it easier for me to do pocket pages. I won't be working with those journaling cards in this layout. And then these are the pattern papers that come with the Traveler's Notebook. And these are designed by France Wisniewski of Banana Fish Studio. And so if you don't know who she is, I encourage you to check her out. She's quite an amazing, talented scrapbooker and designer. I first became sort of aware of who she was sometime early last year, and well, I knew about Banana Fish Studio because she's been a longtime designer for Gossamer Blue. But early last year, I somehow figured out that she is a genius traveler's notebook scrapbooker. I love seeing her processes, and am very inspired by how she does traveler's notebooks. So I've also been inspired by all the Neffiness, Neftali, and I just blanked on her last name. She's been doing some fantastic traveler's notebooks as well with Gossamer Blue, and so just some people that I look to for inspiration. If you haven't connected with them, let me encourage you to look them up on Instagram, YouTube, and their blogs, and of course Banana Fish Studio. I think she has her own shop as well, and of course she designs for Gossamer Blue, so she appears on the Gossamer Blue website quite frequently. Now, this floral, you guys, I just want yards and yards and yards of this floral pattern. It's so beautiful. I decided for this layout that I wanted to cut out one of the floral elements and use it without the background. Of course, in the process of fussy cutting this floral, some of the navy is left, and it sort of looks almost like a drop shadow. You could always go back and clean that up a little bit, but I like it that way. And so these are my two photos. The photos that I chose, one is of my husband after we had planted, he was just watering and feeding the new plants that we had put in this year. And so one of the first things we did in the spring was we cleaned out all the flower beds and put down brand new pine straw, and we planted 2 new plants. We knew we wanted a tree by the corner of the house, and I also knew that there was a space there, so we chose a camellia to put in next to the tree. And the tree we chose is called a Japanese anise, and I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. And so that's what I'm documenting in this spread, is the planting of those two items. So far they seem to be doing pretty well, and I'm really happy. They look really good there on the corner. We did bring out that flower bed a little bit and expanded that bed to accommodate those, and I'm really happy with that choice. And so then the other photo is from overhead of those 2 plants, and the roundness of the stone border that we put in. I always like having that in the photos. That stone border is something that Alan and I did when we built the house. And it's something that I really enjoy. I love those stones. I don't know why. So this is my basic layout. I've used one of the papers for the right-hand side as the background. And then I just cut a strip to use as well. I used a washi tape in the center. It's a Scotch brand washi tape. It's kind of thicker than normal washi tape. It's not see-through or anything, but that's just to sort of cover that gutter and make the center of the layout a little bit more sturdy. And then I layered the pattern papers over top of it, and of course then put down my photos. I've also put down that rose element as well. And then I'm just going to add some light embellishments around the photos at the top and the bottom, just to add a little bit more of fun things to place on the layout. I really do like this tag here. I'm going to use it upside down. Now, I really like the mint color and the coral color, as well as these pinks. Really make me happy in this kit. So those are some of the colors that I'm focusing on, and I'm also going to tie in a little bit of the navy. So I have a little space here on the tag that I can do some journaling, and then I'm adding some little tiny embellishments around it as well. There were some little labels in the die cuts, and there are also some little tiny word strips. So you'll see me pull those out. This is a file tab that also has a little word sentiment on it, and that seems to work perfectly right here at the bottom of the photo. And then a little tiny, I guess it's an enamel or a puffy sticker at the corner, and then I'm going to write my journaling just about how happy the flower beds make me every year. And it, like I said, it is something that Alan and I do together, and I love that he gets out there and helps me. I have to admit that gardening sort of wears me out, but he always is there to do the hard work and do the heavy lifting. So I have to credit him, and it's something that we just enjoy doing together. I'm really thankful for that. So this is one of the stamp sets that came from Gossamer Blue. There were two. One of them is with the Life Pages kit, and one of them is with a new subscription this month. And forgive me, I can't remember which is which. But I stamped the hello. And basically, because this is sort of the introduction layout in my notebook here, even though it doesn't specifically say this is my 2017 Gardener's Notebook. But anyway, so the little label says hello, and then I'm going to tuck that in at the top, in between the photo and the rose. And then another little, one of those little tiny word strip banners. And these little tiny, teeny tiny epoxy stickers are adorable. I'm doubling up the tags over here and then adding this little flag. I know sometimes we think the flag should go at the top of a page, and here's a reminder that it doesn't have to go at the top of a page. And then I wanted to be sure to write what these plants actually are. This is for me to remember, and also just anyone looking at it will know. You can also view, I have included links to the process videos from my Gardener's Notebook that I created last year. So be sure and check those out. They're in my Traveler's Notebook playlist. And so that's pretty easy to find as well in my channel. So you can see all of the Traveler's Notebook layouts that I've created all in one place. I want to do a little bit of stamping around the page. And so one of the stamps in this set was a kind of like a washi tape stamp. And I decided to use this Color Theory stamp pad because it's sort of transparent. It's not my favorite stamp pad, I have to say, because it doesn't really stamp very well, and you'll see me kind of struggling to get I'm struggling to get the color on the page, but it ends up working out, and I didn't want it to be too dark anyway. And then that provides another little home base for a little embellishment. I'm sort of cleaning up a little bit and then figuring out that above the rose looks a little empty. And you can leave white space like that. But I decided to add just one more of that little washi stamp, and also these little triangles. And so you'll see what I'm going to do here. I had the washi already stamped up there, so I just stamped a couple, like 3 of those little triangles over top of the washi stamp. And now the layout is complete. So I'm going to wrap everything up. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you will like and comment and subscribe. And I'll see you back here again soon. Thanks again, you guys. Bye-bye.